Now here we stand with the blood on our hands. We work so hard, now could we understand? Can you hear me? It's a me, Mario!
No, Mario Party, nah, this is Fortnite 3. I don't see no mini games over here.
Okay,
oh my god, it literally is Mario Party.
Yeah, this is the command board. One of the few mini games that this game offers.
Oh my god.
Okay, we got what we came here for.
Oh, I keep bumping the microphone.
So, what is your history with this franchise besides what you are watching right now?
Absolutely fucking nothing.
Damn.
Wait a second. No, I think I might be wrong. Were the Kingdom Hearts characters ever in the Mega Man Final Fantasy games on Newgrounds?
No.
Have you ever played the Mega Man Final Fantasy games on Newgrounds?
No.
Okay, because those are like, you've got like Sonic the Hedgehog and characters from Castlevania and obviously characters from Final Fantasy as well. And yeah. I have very little clue who any of these people are. I was actually supposed to voice one of these characters in a fan dub of one of the trailers for one of the games on DS, I think. But the person who was organizing it literally never got back to me about it.
Huh. Nice.
I don't even remember which character I was supposed to be voicing.
Well, these three schmoos are Ventus, Terra, and Aqua. Aqua being the blue-haired chick, and being the Roxas lookalike, and Terra being in the brunette-haired doofus.
So is Aqua useless in this, just like she was in Konosuba?
No, because she is one of the playable characters.
For the love of
and I've got bad news for you.
What?
Since Ragnarok is a command that we could get for all three characters, I have to do this singular command board 3 times.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Also, I spawned with literally 1 bullet in my pistol. Thank you. That's very uncool, Fortnite. Like, I got 1 shot off and I had to reload.
Oh, and in case you're wondering, Fran, there's a character in Konosuba named Aqua, and she's supposed to be the goddess of the world all that series is based off of.
I picked a hell of a loadout for my first drop in operations.
God damn it.
Like, literally, all I have is a pistol and an SMG, but that was the best thing they gave me when I rolled it.
And here's Ven's Keyblade Glider.
Please tell me there's more to this game than that.
There is.
He's not bothering doing the wolves right now. He's just doing this man board.
I have to do this if I want a certain if I want to get a certain shot lock.
Oh, fuck you.
Shot lock and good skill.
Yeah, and this also levels up your skills that you place on the board so it serves more than just, purpose of
elongating the gameplay.
Yes.
Oh,
Can't
thank
hear
God.
Oh, Mason's here.
Yes, give me my assault rifle. Thank you. Anything's better than this SMG bolt. And Midas just got me.
I have confused both of them, so they are now more hopelessly inept than they are now.
This is
confused, right?
This is really reminding me of that Dice Monsters game from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, Dungeon Dice Monsters?
Yeah.
Where we place a dice on the board.
It's like two monsters, but with
No,
dice.
it isn't. My game uses dice.
Come on! No, fuck. I hate it when the game spawns shit on these edges here. Can I
Learn to volume mix, yeah.
There we go.
I'm sorry Fran isn't using a microphone that is clear, that is easy to hear. Or do excuse me.
Yeah, just using Skull Candy earbuds.
Yeah.
Scoped assault rifle is bullshit.
Okay, so are you familiar with any? So Ventus in this game is voiced by Jesse McCartney. Aqua is voiced by Willa Holland, and Terra is voiced by Jason Dohring.
The only name out of all of those I know is Willa Holland.
Really? Because
I would
have thought Jesse McCartney would have been a bigger name.
Oh wait, no, I do know Jesse McCartney's name, but Willa Holland is like the only of those who I've actually seen anything from. And honestly, I can't even remember why I know her name.
She's in Arrow.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, both Willa Holland and Jason Dohring kinda suck.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, that's what you get for celebrity voice actors.
Well, blame Nomura for that, because he's the one responsible for the casting.
Because, of course...
He actually also
what
picked...
the hell?
He actually picked Leonard Nimoy as Xehanort and Mark Hamill as Ericus.
I mean, those are actually, good actors. And good with their voices, so...
A new intel case.
Rest in peace, Leonard Nimoy. We will miss you. Same goes for Rutger Hauer in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep.
Xehanort does not have good luck with voice actors, I tell you.
An intel case has been picked up.
I mean, his original Seiyu, Chikao Otsuka, died in...
Why are you activating? There's nobody around here. My minds are just going off for no reason.
My brains are going into my feet. That's what that sounded like. I wish I had seen Spaceballs. I honestly do, but I haven't. For some stupid reason, I've never seen Spaceballs.
I haven't seen it either, and I actually own it on DVD.
I think I own it on DVD too. What the hell are we doing?
Okay, fuck it, give me the sniper.
All right.
I only saw Blazing Saddles last year. And I still haven't seen the producers.
No.
And for being such a big Robin Hood buff, I haven't seen Men in Tights either.
We're men in tights. We roam around the forest looking for fights.
Oh, come on.
We're men in tights.
Oh, come on!
We rob from the rich.
The one time there's actually an enemy right in front of you, and the mine doesn't go off! Is the programming on these things just broken or something?
Oh my god!
Okay, I'm gonna throw one right now. Okay, and it doesn't go off. Is that... And I can walk over it just fine, so I'm not the one setting it off.
I was hanging out with a friend of mine, Mason. I had Alden over. or today, and we ended up, and at the end of the day, we ended up watching regular show.
Oh, sweet.
You know who else watches regular show? My mom!
Jinx.
Damn it. Once this quarantine's over, or I'm getting you a friggin' drink.
Oh, it better be
okay, go off. Go off. Fuck you, you're right in front of them. Go off.
Go down.
No, they're supposed to go up.
It's making a reference to a Battletoads race playthrough I used to watch all the time. Starring Proton John, Super Genius, Peacock, and Nintendo Capri Sun. And... So... You know, I was saying with Fran that, one of the more surprising things about Young Justice Season 3 was that they still had Jesse McCartney voice Dick Grayson.
Huh. Okay, I hear a lot of gunfire, and I'm not really sure where it's coming from.
FBI, open up! Sorry, that's the first thing I think of when I hear, like, there's gunfire going on.
Oh crap, it's Doom guy. Oh shit, run!
I'm gonna have to remind myself to get that game at some point.
Which game?
Doom.
You get Doom and Doom Eternal. I wanna see you play Doom.
I actually have Doom on PC. Well, Doom... Is it technically, like, Doom 4, or is it Doom 5?
Oh, 2016 Doom?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Because, like, Doom 64 is the real Doom 3, but Doom 3 is like a prequel to Doom 1. And then Doom 2016 is a sequel to Doom N64.
Yeah.
And Doom Eternal is a sequel to the 2016 Doom.
Yeah.
You want to know something funny?
Yeah?
So, thanks to Cat Icarus's review of Crash Twinsanity, he apparently ended up making an a cappella version of the Doom theme song. And it's hilarious. But with burping sounds. Hold on a sec, let me get...
You know, you can auto-tune anything. All you need is a sample, and just drop it into a sampling board. FL Studio has an automatic sampler. It's really fun to play around with.
Choose your text.
Why would I... Starter pump semi... Well...
Fucking hell.
Rocking a fucking hard place, guys. Thanks. Just gave me a whole bunch of bullshit.
Then why are you walking down that way?
What are you saying?
I was saying, why is Ven walking down the path where he's gonna lose money?
There's the AI.
Come on. Well, at least I got in a limb before I died.
Nah. Ven's alright for now.
You. I already eliminated a whole bunch of people in the last one.
I could spend some money. This is like standard economy. You earn money by spending money.
Yep.
Except unlike Fortune Street, you don't get to bid.
Oh.
Oh no! Is this going to be another thing that I have to explain?
Oh.
Okay, so basically, Brain Scratch did a Fortune Street playthrough where apparently they made Angelo sound like a guy who's only capable of speaking in sexual moans. Just because of the way that his character model in the game looks. Yeah, I know the economy is getting wrecked, Mason. Don't worry, after this board, you're not going to see...
themselves before they wreck themselves.
Yeah.
You know, the first time I actually heard that song was in the Mortal Kombat 11, one of the Mortal Kombat 11 trailers.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know it was a song. What am I taking so long to respawn for?
Fran...
That's an old song. You do realize that, right?
Fran... You know what kind of person I am?
Yeah, white.
Yes, I'm pale as a snowflake.
Dude, you're about as white as mayonnaise, bro.
Oh my fucking god. Why am I taking so long? I'm still...
Why is this taking so long? That's what I want to know.
Because it does. Remember, you're not playing with like... You're a competent player. You're playing with the AI.
Ooh, panel capture!
Okay, now I'm
Damn
good.
it! Not a panel I wanted to steal.
Oh, you gotta either way. Anyway, sorry.
An intel case has been picked up.
Ven did the smart move, but then he gave me more money.
We've got
that really a
to
smart
have
move?
money.
You know, a friend of mine once told me, like, Sonny once told me, like, he was saying something along, yeah, I know, Tony J. Yeah, I know, rest in peace, Tony J. But Frollo isn't even in this game. He's in Dream Drop Distance.
Make your selection.
Fire, hellfire.
Hold on, my dog wants to go out.
Ah yes, this is totally inconspicuous and nobody can possibly see me up here. Not while I've got my cardboard box on.
A new intel case has spawned.
Everybody go quiet
All
for a
right.
second, or... Oh, there we go.
Ah, I got block for some reason, even though I didn't need it. Didn't need it, didn't ask for it. I sure as hell don't want it.
Oh, you got it, so... Deal with it.
Ooh, poor Ven's been losing a lot of money. Why are you doing that?
Where the hell did you get a
yeah. Oh yeah, Tony J was in the Tom and Jerry movie.
Oh, come on.
You are no longer stunned.
Fuck.
Give me more money, Aqua.
Gimme your love after midnight. Won't somebody help me chase the shadows away?
Case is available.
Oh wait, that's the wrong ABBA song, isn't it? Money, money, money. I don't know ABBA.
So I was telling Fran that, for a while, the only two songs that Utada Karu would be known for was, like, Simple and Clean and Sanctuary.
An intel case has been claimed.
Just because it's like, you know, those were the only two things that she ended up contributing in the minds of a lot of people that aren't Japanese, you know?
Yeah.
And then came Ava Rebuild, where we got to hear a bunch of songs that she did. No, I don't want fire.
You don't want
Fire.
hellfire. You are not the god of hellfire. And you don't bring fire.
I could spit hot fire.
I am the god of...
You are not Dylon.
I'm the god of Hellfire, and I bring you a board game full of dice.
New tech available.
We're almost done with this tedious as hell board game.
2 hours later.
Oh, come on.
So, what do you think of Nomura's apparent obsession with belts and zippers?
I guess it could be worse.
Oh, it could be worse, alright.
Oh yeah!
Oh, fuck you.
Make your selection.
Oh yeah! Well, guys, as soon as I land on...
A new intel case has spawned.
As soon as I land on the home panel, we are done with Command Board. This is the only one I'm going to be showing on screen, and just so you know. There are more, but let's be real here. None of you guys want to sit here and watch me do this.
Yeah, well, freaking wonder how the heck you got end game level skills when you're in the second world.
Bum ba 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 bum ba da da ba ba.
Everybody has these Keyblade gliders that lets them like go around on various worlds and whatnot.
Huh. Apparently reload faster while hiding in a box. That's bizarre.
An intel case has been captured.
Bum bum bum. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dun dun da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh 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 oh. Dun 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 dun.
I'm trying to roll a 2 here. All I need is a friggin' 2, and then we'll never have to see this stupid command board ever again.
Then you roll a 6.
That's fine with me, because I win. I win, y'all.
Come on, guys, give me a friggin' shotgun or something. And not one of those useless pump-action shotguns. Literally, the pump-action shotgun is less than useless.
Let's see. So, in this game, there are these things called command decks, which basically allows us to, well, you know, which basically allows us to put in various actions and whatnot. Let's see. Yep.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, and unlike the first 2 games, there will be no gummy ship emissions.
Yeah.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Oh, and by the way, even though these are supposed to be worlds that we're supposed to enter in with some tact, Terra comes into this world like a friggin' Terminator.
Like a boss.
By the way, this is a prequel to the first Kingdom Hearts game, so there's gonna be quite a bit of things that are meant to be like set up and whatnot. Oh, hi, Unversed.
Oh crap, stabilize cousins.
I'm surprised Fortnite hasn't gotten any shit for quote-unquote objectifying the female characters, because,
But you gotta remember, it promotes Disney.
Oh, of course. But I'm just looking at the avatar I was assigned here, and she's rocking a monster booty. She's rocking almost Pixar ass.
Oh wow.
You mean So these guys I'm fighting are called the Unversed. Basically,
because
this game's
they can't
version.
Sing?
No.
Oh.
You would think that, but no.
Then they'd be the tone deaf.
Oh. They can sing, they just don't know how to freaking pitch their voice.
Part of the grinding that I do in this game is going to be on this thing I got going and called D-Links.
What world is this from?
Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
So we're going to be Maleficent, voiced by Wanda from Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep.
Isn't Fairly Odd Parents a Nickelodeon show?
Yep.
Huh.
It is.
Oh, and fun fact, Susan Blakesley also voices Madam Web from Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever watched Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark?
No.
Nope.
Okay, you would be well advised not to, but,
God, this music is friggin' loud.
Oh, yeah.
One sec.
the hell? Where is... There it is. There's the end. Ah, shit. Ah, god damn it.
A new intel case is available.
And because there was a Deadpool thing right here recently, a whole bunch of people are dressed like Deadpool.
I once saw a Congo line of Deadpool at Kineticon.
Yeah, I saw a video of a bunch of dancing Spider-Men once, too.
And some Spider-Man cosplayers snuck in there. One second.
The only reason I'm singing that is because that was the song that they dubbed over it in post. Oh, come on! That was like 3 shots straight to the gut, and all of them missed.
Damn.
An intel case has been captured.
What the... Why am I... Okay. I'm not gonna begin to try to understand that.
The only other time the Unversed ever appear in this franchise is in the World of Monsters, Inc. and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep.
Choose your tech.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Make your selection.
There we go.
There was some neat beta footage of this game, and it still looks better than the final product.
Yeah, sadly, that's true of a lot of stuff.
Like, Maleficent's crow is on her shoulder in this scene in the original footage.
And this is the PS4 version of the game, right? Which is like the updated version?
Yes. Oh, and by the way, there's no townsfolk in this... in the open world, in the worlds that we visit.
Okay, that's kind of... that's bullshit.
Crisis Core had people inside of its world, and it was a PSP game.
There we go.
And that game came out 3 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this game was developed before Crisis Core. Yeah.
Some people said it was going to be a sequel to Kingdom Hearts 2. They said it was going to be the fabled Keyblade Wars. But we didn't get the Keyblade Wars until that stupid...
It's a mobile game.
I really hate this continuity.
You know...
A new intel case is available.
I should just be in charge of everything, because then everything would be sensible.
You're right, it would be, because as you, unlike most of the official writers, these days are actually competent. Because you actually have a consistent vision. You know what you want on the tell.
Did I just get taken out by a purple Deadpool?
And you know, it was 13 years after Kingdom Hearts 2 that we finally got Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, after it was practically in development hell.
Yep.
Yeah, this is one of those things where... It's one of those things where,
New tech available.
Okay, what the fuck? Okay, that's one of those things where you had over a decade to refine it. Why the hell does it suck this much?
Wasn't that bad. It was just, you know, kind of...
No, I'm just saying, why isn't it perfect?
Oh, you mean like Final Fantasy 15?
You mean 13 Verses or 13-3 or whatever the fuck that game was supposed to be?
13-3 ended up being Lightning Returns.
Yeah, they didn't even subtitle that. That should have been called 13-3, because hardly anybody actually knew that game was coming out.
You know, oddly enough, I did end up enjoying Lightning Returns more than 13-2.
13-2 was garbage.
It
Garbage day.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay, so...
I realized that my voice was, like, kind of close to the guy from Silent Night, Deadly Night, and I figured I had to.
Yeah.
Garbage day!
Okay. Boom.
I know this is a cartoony game, but Jesus fucking Christ, Fortnite, could you maybe make my shots go in a straight line?
No, don't tell me your shots are going in an arc.
I have literally had shots from my minigun spawn behind and to the right of me. And presumably aiming completely off target as well, because I'm pointing my minigun at something and the thing is not being destroyed. Okay, why did I spawn without a full clip? What the fuck are these epic guys? What the hell are you doing? I know this is a free game. But come on. This game is getting more broken by the day. They had to disable the grenades. They had to disable the grenades because they stopped working.
No, they disabled the grenades because Caboose ended up throwing one against the wall.
That's a reference to something I don't understand,
it's,
right?
It's Red versus Blue. Oh, the part where one of the portion where they were fighting against the meta, and
that would have been well after Season 1, right? Because I think that's all I've really seen of Season 1. I actually own Season, whatever the fuck it is, like 10 on Blu-ray, and I
Oh, you mean, the season where the Project Freelancer arc is supposed to end?
I have never watched it, so I have no clue.
I've seen all of Red vs. Blue, or rather what's available on YouTube. It gets weird.
Okay, I just hit this guy in the gut with a sniper rifle bullet. How does that not automatically drop somebody?
It doesn't work the same way as a headshot.
You know what's a godsend in this game?
Thank God I got
the magnet spells.
Finland has -1 coronavirus deaths.
-1? How the heck do you have -1?
I would assume that it's a typographical error. But somebody posted a video of like I think it was like some wrestler from Finland, or it might have just been it might have just been the Undertaker, because I couldn't tell if it was actually the Undertaker or if it was just a guy who super ultra looks like the Undertaker.
Oh, jeez.
Would you say that he was plus ultra?
Oh, God damn it.
I know what that's a reference to. I'm not sure that it fits.
Hey, if it works, it works.
And that's one of the things.
So one of the things I'm planning on doing while lockdown's going on is watching through the rest of the MCU, because I haven't watched Iron Man in a very long time. I figured it was a good idea to go back and rewatch the entire series from the beginning, right?
But...
Okay, so this is really fucking stupid. I have here sitting with me a copy of Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is one of the movies that's required for a watch through the MCU, and no, I'm not going to actually watch any of the TV series because those aren't canon anymore, and also that would enormously lengthen the amount of time that I have to spend on it. So,
these pots are actually a mechanic I was probably going to go into later. But basically, those guys essentially are supposed to give you like ice cream ingredients so that you can make some ice creams with Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Oh, come on.
Yes, the trio from DuckTales is in this game series.
So, my copy of Iron Man 2 came in a while ago, and first thing I notice, and it's on Blu-ray, so the first thing I notice is that the disc is dirty as sin. And I mean,
what?
like, yes, it is literally the dirtiest thing I could possibly have imagined. Because I got it from Amazon, and it was listed via a Goodwill out in, I think, Southern California.
You know, so Mason had mentioned that Goofy was going to be in DuckTales the 2017 DuckTales Season 3. And funny enough, Ben Schwartz, the voice of Sonic from the movie, is the blue part of the DuckTales trilogy or trio.
Huh. Oh.
In his Goof Troop attire.
Okay. That's interesting. So anyways, I cleaned it off with some alcohol and a glasses wipe. And underneath all that, it's still scratched to hell. Which is supposed to be...
if Goofy were voiced by anyone else, then I'd just walk up to Disney and be like, what the hell? Because I was told that Bill Farmer is going to reprise his role as Goofy. I did meet him at Kineticon.
Oh, nice.
He has expressed that he is somewhat weirded out over the fact that he has to essentially dub over himself in these games. Because he's voiced Goofy for a long time.
Huh. I mean, that's...
Like,
what do you mean dub over himself?
As in, since these games are originally recorded in Japan,
okay.
And he's voiced Goofy longer than the Japanese actor. Or he's like... he has to hear Goofy in Japanese and be like, what?
Ooh, I have a purple song.
The only real difference between proud mode and other difficulties is well, the damage output, as per usual.
Huh. I hear a lot of...
Do you want to get stuck by pillow, or do you want to get hit by brick?
Or in the case of this game's super boss fights, how do you prefer to get screwed? Would you like to get lubed up, or would you like to just go all in?
Oh.
You want to get lubed up and take something made of spikes, or do you want to take something smooth as butter that's raw?
Yep. Because the super bosses in this game are hell.
It's like every super boss if you're not prepared.
Yeah, but Sephiroth I've been able to beat.
Make your selection.
Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 I've been able to beat fairly easily. But this game's super bosses, my word, they really need to program like actual hit stun into some of these enemies, because oh god, because some of these enemies will not be stunned if you hit them, which is something that is supposed to happen and you end up. Which is something that's supposed to happen when they're done with their attack and you figure, oh, I could go in for a counter. There's supposed to be like a tell when you can't and go in for the kill.
Still works. Super armor.
A new intel case has spawned.
Well, anyways, I already got my money back on it because it was all three, technically 4 discs actually, were scratched and dirty as hell.
Oh, wow.
And the reason it's 4 discs, funny, is because they included a bootleg DVD that has a cam rip on it that was dated to before the movie was actually released in the United States. I wish I was fucking kidding.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Now this is a good skill to have. Leaf Bracer. Nice.
Of course.
In case you're wondering, what does Leaf Bracer do?
Invisibility frames while you heal.
Yep.
That's essentially what it is.
Uh-huh. And you'll want those invincibility frames because, like I said, the bosses, some of the enemies in this game are very hard to deal with.
An intel case has been claimed.
How do I get killed while I'm selecting my gear? That's not supposed to happen. I mean, the game kind of says that's not supposed to happen. Anyways. Yeah, and, I put in the Blu-ray, and it's like throwing up a dozen errors. Like, I set it... One thing I try to do to verify that a movie actually works is that I try to rip it using a program called MakeMKV. And it was just like, error, 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 error.
Error, Max.
Oh, you mean what Mokuba's original name was supposed to be according to Little Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged?
Error, error,
no, wait.
Error,
no, wait.
Error.
It's supposed to be insert sibling name here. I find it weird that out of all the dub name changes they could make to Yu-Gi-Oh, the Kaiba brothers and Yugi are the only characters whose names didn't really change.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
I mean, then again, I could really say the same about Kite and Heart, who, in the Japanese version, their names are pronounced Kaito and Haruto. For some reason. And I'm like, right. I should know by now, since thanks to Japan, we got the incorrect version of Giga Drill Break. It's supposed to be Giga Drill Break, not Giga Drill Breaker. Or it's just the way that the Japanese voice act. It's just the way Katsuya Konishi he said it.
You know, at least it's not something like Son Goku.
What?
That is.
What fan sub gave you that?
Oh, it ain't fan subs. That is the official Toei spelling of Son Goku.
Excuse me, what? I am in a bit of disbelief right now.
It is literally on. For one thing, it's on his. It's on an action figure box, and it's on a. It's in a number of magazines and things like that. I wish I was kidding. And the thing is, in the Japanese phonetic spelling of his name, there's no ko.
Really?
Yeah. It's not Son Goku or Son Goku or Kou. Yeah, Son Goku. Listen, it's really fucking stupid. And there's this golden version of Kamen Rider Drive. And guess what's on the box for his action figure?
Wow.
Gord Drive.
Hey, Sonny's already at Nijima's Casino in Persona 5 The Royal. I'm like, you schmucks could not wait for me to at least, actually play the game.
Literally, I wish I was kidding. It's called Gord Drive.
Gord Drive.
And that kind of bullshit is why we got...
oh god, Tara's about to feel the minty fresh dankness.
But that kind of bullshit is why we got stuff like, he is the third children in Netflix Ava.
Fran, Netflix Ava is literally if you took Google Translate and ran it with the Japanese audio, then made it your script for the dub.
I don't say YouTube transcript.
YouTube transcript would have been funny.
Oh, it would have, for the wrong reasons, though.
Yep.
He is the third children, as reported by the Marduk Institute.
Now Tara has been controlled by the minty fresh dankness. This is what happens when you don't shower, kids.
Oh, God.
Come on.
So he stole Princess Aurora's heart.
I put a spell on you.
What's going on? Where am I? Who are you? And why do I smell of mint?
Whoa, yeah. Kickstart my heart up, it never dies. Whoa, yeah.
Acting. You kinda did. Hey, darkness.
Hello,
why don't you
darkness,
take control of this?
I've come to talk with you again.
You know, Disturbed's cover of that song is actually really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
He disappeared into the stinky dankness.
What system was this originally on?
PSP.
Okay. That doesn't explain a whole lot. The PSP was definitely more capable than this.
Crisis Core is proof of that.
Oh, yeah.
Final Fantasy, what's the one that, NT0 or Type 0? Final Fantasy Type 0 is proof of that.
A new intel case has spawned.
But then again, Kingdom Hearts has always had a bit of an issue with empty worlds and not a whole lot of people within it.
An intel case has been picked
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Since the first game.
New tech available.
And let me remind you, this is a prequel game.
And nursing fulfillment.
You know, I've gotten like halfway through what Legacy of the Duelist has for, and of course we form a D-Link with the person who mind-controlled us like a total punk.
Yep.
And only now do we get the friggin' map.
An intel case has been captured.
Dude, that's like going through a Zelda dungeon, you get everything but the map.
That would happen in Majora's Mask.
Oh, yeah.
I've 100%ed that game several times when I played it.
I only ever made it through the offensively easy 3DS remake.
I wouldn't say it's that easy.
Considering how hard the original was, I'd say so.
The original wasn't that hard either. I did enjoy the 3DS remake for what it is.
The timescale is, I guess, just a little too relaxed, let's say.
Well, some people also say that the 3DS remake is a little more difficult due to the fact that you feel like you have less time on your hands than you do with the original, due to the fact that the game operates on a 60 frames per second.
That's not even remotely true.
Make your selection.
I don't know who could come to that conclusion.
You know, there was once a time where Brain Scratch's playthrough of the original Majora's Mask was like, at one point they were discussing like the 3DS, the potential for the 3DS remake, and Ted decided to say, I don't think that it's gonna happen, and Johnny ended up showing the image of the box art of the 3DS remake and echoed Ted's words.
And mind you, they recorded it before the game was announced.
Yeah, they recorded that before that direct, and then by part 26, then Ryan's like, hey Ted, how about that Majora's Mask remake? No, not that Johnny, dude. It's some call me Johnny.
No, not Johnny 2.4. Sorry, would have been funnier though, but what are you gonna do?
You know, Plank says a lot of weird things.
Yeah, so we just don't hear it.
So, you know what I find kind of weird, Gallondon? The fact that We had Mega Man NT Warrior dubbed by Ocean Studio. It was back when it was, you know, back then. But then, and when it came to Mega Man Star Force, the sequel series, the first half of that was dubbed by Studiopolis.
That is very strange.
Oh, and they also had Kyle A. Bear as Omega Sis. And Jason Spizek as Geostellar. And the funny thing is, like,
a new intel case is available.
And they also had Yuri Lowenthal all in that dub as well.
Huh.
But then again, this was back when Jason Spizek was in anime before, or he became mostly known as Wally West in Young Justice.
Yep.
And one time he voiced Loki in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Odd choice, I have to say.
That is very strange.
When considering the types of actors they had for Loki, like what's his face? Graham McTavish is Troy Baker or Crispin Freeman, and frick, I'm trying to remember or other actors they've had for Loki, besides of course Tom Hiddleston.
An intel case has been captured.
Oh, and here's the first usage of Critical Impact. Basically, what I had activated just now was a command style based on what sort of... I swear to God.
Boom shakalaka.
Alright, we beat the boss and we learned Diamond Dust as command style.
There you go. The command style? Oh, I thought it was a powerful spell.
Yes, it was because you were a weak-minded fool. Yes, that totally sounds like a guy who is a little torn up about giving in to the dankness.
No, he's the tapped into the dark side.
Join me on the dank side of the Force.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Okay, now somebody got stuck on a...
Yes, it may take 10 years even.
Well,
because there are 3 other
stuff.
worlds that aren't in this continuity yet. So now we have the option of going to Snow White's world or the world with easily my least favorite track in the game.
One.
I'll deal with it.
Let's go to Castle of Dreams and listen to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
More like bibbidi bobbidi go fuck yourself.
Yeah, yep. Literally, it's the same few notes from Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo looped over and over again. And once the sad music goes away, of course. Yes. Are you ugly? I can fix that. Oh, and Jennifer Hale voices Cinderella and Aurora in this game.
Oh wow.
Could not the Disney money behind this have gotten somebody else?
What, you wouldn't... And Jennifer Hale has voiced Cinderella in the 2 straight-to-video sequels.
Oh.
Great, now we gotta fight unversed while this sad, mopey music from the end of a terrible romantic film plays in the background.
Oh wow.
Oh, God. It sounds so friggin' sappy. I mean, I get it. It's a sad moment in Cinderella's story, but this ain't her story.
Yeah, unfortunately she has a partner.
And bad things do happen to these characters, as you'll see, but... Ay, ay, ay. Oh, and we have the fairy godmother. No, you gotta believe in the me that believes in you.
Wrong show.
Have you watched Gurren Lagann, Galendon?
No, I have not.
Fix that.
You may be somewhat surprised, given I did have a Gurren Lagann reference in Alternative Saga Episode 1.
You really need to watch it, man.
Yeah. I do.
Yes.
No, do not speak the magic words, woman.
Mamma mia.
God damn it.
You're gonna listen to this over and over and over again, because this is a Disney movie!
And my torture begins.
Where did the guy and the horses come from?
The mice aren't present in this scene at all, and Jacques is in this game in Ventus's campaign.
It's magic. Ooh.
With whimsy.
It's magic. I don't have to explain it.
God,
I don't even know who that line's from. That voice just sounded like it fit.
Yes, it did. For all the wrong reasons.
Are the subtitles in this Comic Sans?
I don't know, but I think it might be.
If it's not, it's a variant, and that's very infuriating to look at.
This makes me want to go back and watch the Blu-rays of the first 3 Pokemon movies, just because those don't have Comic Sans as its font.
And the other Blu-rays do?
Comic Sans.
Hmm?
Do the other Pokemon Blu-rays have those as subtitles?
I don't know.
Choose your tech.
Because you were blind thanks to your stupidity.
I wanted to be the one to fill your dark soul with light.
God damn it! God damn it!
We'll get to that game one day. I want to at least do a practice run of the first 3 Devil May Cry games before I start streaming them, because I'd at least like to not go into these blind.
Ah, God damn it.
It should have been a wonderful Dark Souls. Bye.
You know, the only Devil May Cry...
I wonder if Ruben Langdon's been has been requested to do that line.
Probably.
The only Devil May Cry game I was able to fully finish, as in, like, actually finish it, as opposed to having my gameplay interrupted by a red ring of death or a corrupted memory card, was DMC2.
You poor soul. Also, screw this world's music.
Yeah, because Devil May Cry 3 literally killed my Xbox 360.
Damn.
Sorry to hear that.
I think you can find that in maybe the last video of my DMC3 Let's Play. Hang on a second.
I swear, it's like... Okay, so... This is Castle of Dreams. And like I said, the music in this world is horrendous, and I want it to just die in a fire. Like, Shimura, what were you thinking? Or Shimamura, what were you thinking? Composer of this game, Yoko Shimamura.
Huh.
She also composes the game soundtrack to the Mario and Luigi games.
Interesting. I have never played those.
You need to. I swear, it's like every time you tell me you've never played something that I have really grown to enjoy, I'm like... since you aren't in the same room as me, I can't give you this look of just like...
Well, we also don't have webcams, either of us, so...
I have a webcam on my laptop, but not a webcam on here.
Yeah, probably a pain in the ass at capital three ugly mugs on screen.
So part of the reason why I picked this world to go to first, even though chronologically Terra's supposed to go to Snow White's world next, is because of the fact that there's a skill you can get in this world that can really be helpful later on in the game, and plus it would make him a little more viable. Because based on the way he plays, I get the distinct impression that a lot of this game wasn't designed with him in mind.
Oh, that's a whole lot of wind-up for nothing.
What?
He did a lot of wind-up there. And then just lightly tapped it.
Well, that's Kingdom Hearts for you.
A new intel case is available.
Oh, and funny enough, in this world, Susan Blakesley also voices Lady Tremaine. And the Evil Queen in the Snow White world.
Yep.
Take a wild guess how much she gets reused.
A lot.
Corey Burton gets reused as well. A lot. Because he voices the Spirit of the Mirror.
Oh.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the most reused voice of them all?
Not the magic mirror from Shrek.
Oh, and,
Lucky contestant number 3.
I'd say that Zero Gravity is good in tough situations, but suffice it to say, Magnet is just so much better. The moment I get that, I'm going to be using that. Yes, I know Tony J was also the mirror in that.
All right there, Eric Lyncher.
Alright. So, how do you guys feel about escort missions?
Yeah, not a big fan.
Well, we're gonna be doing one. Oh, and also in the beta version of this game, Ven was outside of the, was nearby the entrance into the ballroom.
Make your selection.
Not shrunken down in the house like he is in his campaign. I don't want to do an escort mission.
But thou must.
Here we go. Oh, again.
It's always weird to be able to walk up to somebody and just shoot him point blank in the eye.
It's almost like you're in the Matrix. Where almost nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
So, if Cinderella suffers too much damage, then you fail. Simple as that.
That's amazing.
Oh, and you also have to make sure you're near her so she'll move.
Yeah, that way she
That's even worse.
This is like the freaking escort mission with Minnie.
Yep.
She's not able to do shit. Only she does that in
at least Minnie has Holy as a way of defending herself.
Yeah.
Oh, but in this game, you have to be careful that she doesn't approach a friggin' an unversed boot. And even if you clear out the enemies beforehand, and even if you have the foresight to clear out the enemies beforehand, they'll just be more appearing when she gets close enough.
Yep.
It's so stupid.
As if they're scripted to appear.
Alright, let's go. Yeah, I know.
Move, bitch.
Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get
Now
out
put
the
on
way,
some
bitch.
tunes.
Get out the way.
Oh my god.
An intel case has been picked up.
I swear to God, she is so friggin' useless. It's almost like it's a burden that I don't want to deal with, but I have to because video games.
Yep. Yeah, you should be used to it. You play Resident Evil 4.
Isn't,
Yeah,
Isn't-
but at least when you play as Ashley briefly, she actually... They can kill a fool with a single shot.
Isn't Cinderella supposed to be, I don't know, kind of resourceful? Because she did a bunch of stuff. Okay, why is she such a bitch in this?
Because the game doesn't want to highlight any other traits that other than she's a princess of heart.
No, she's a princess, which means therefore damsel in distress.
She's barely a princess.
And meanwhile, Megara is like, I'm a damsel, I'm in distress, I can handle this. Have a nice day. Oh, and now I get one of the best counterattacks in the game. Counter hammer. Oh god, there's a Jafar. There exists. One time Jafar and Iago did a cover of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. I am not going to play it because our sanity is worth more than
Please
whatever
tell me that was
is.
at least in one of the video games.
Nope, it was in House of Mouse.
Dude, sanity? What's that?
No, that's slightly better. Better than...
Oh, look at all these
it
guests that Look at all these invisible guests that are within the ballroom. It
look at all the
really
guests in the
makes
ballroom.
the scene.
All 5 of them.
Look at them blankly stare at each other.
New tech available.
Yes, that girl that looks like Cinderella, who totally isn't Cinderella in any way whatsoever.
New mama, bitch.
You know who is a better evil stepmother? Friggin' Angelica Houston in Ever After.
Yep.
Oh, the game forgot to spawn the 3 rocks and almost spawned the chests on top of them.
Wing.
And now we gotta listen to this stupid music again.
Oh, we gotta take a 40-step case, goddamn it. Goddamn it. Only we had a grappling hook.
No. Shimura, why couldn't you have composed something different for this level? I love you for a lot of things, but I don't love you for this.
You didn't have enough foresight.
A new intel case is available.
I just got a accident. Okay, I'm gonna try and figure out how to describe
and let
this.
me remind you, every world in this game has to be visited three times throughout the story in terms of the campaigns, because you got to go to this world as Terra, then Ventus, then Aqua, and have to listen to this stupid music over and over and over again. It infuriates me. You know, for a second there, there's some part of me thought that that before I actually looked up the cast as for this game, I thought Mark Drayson had voiced Terra, and honestly, he would have been a much better choice than Jason Dohring.
I didn't pick the shotgun. I didn't hit that button. What the hell?
But you wanted the shotgun for the Resident Evil memes.
I got a shotgun.
I don't want a pump-action shotgun.
My dad's not a phone. Duh.
No, what you want is an Uzi 9mm.
And what I really want is a semi-automatic tactical shotgun, or in a pinch, one of those fully automatic ones from GoldenEye.
Oh, hell yeah.
Full auto shotgun is just fucking great.
So...
An intel case has been picked up.
You know... Oh, I feel like...
New tech available.
So the command the command system lets you get all experimental with your with the various commands you can equip onto your characters. But for like stories, but I always have like a certain like story set up and a super boss setup. Because unfortunately, super boss setup is always having surges and cures equipped because, well, let's just say the super bosses don't like it when you try to experiment.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of super bosses, Gallandun?
As a concept, cool. Specifically, I have no clue.
Well, I just mean in general. all.
Well, I don't really know specifically what the term means off the top of my head.
Basically, it means like any boss that is actually harder than the final boss.
Oh.
Because, you know, like...
shouldn't read that Final Fantasy 5.
Oh, so do you mean mostly like optional bosses and things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, bosses you don't have to fight, but can reward you if you choose to fight them.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
New intel case is available.
Because one time there was a... Oh, come on! Yeah. There are a few super bosses in some games that are actually really neat. And,
Choose your tech.
they're a bit... They're a bitch and a half, but it's very satisfying once you actually do beat them. What the fuck?
You know, at the very least, the battle music in the Cinderella world isn't as grating to the ears as, say, you know, what we're listening to right now.
Right.
Oh, and also, you can also get this game through, you can also get at the... I think there's going to be a all-in-one compilation for the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yeah, where it comes with all of the games plus 3, yeah. I think I might pick that one up. I actually do own Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the PS2.
Yeah, you may want to pick that up because the HD versions are definitely the best way to go than the PS2 versions. Because the HD versions do give you Final Mix.
Ah, god damn it.
Because trust me, when I say this, the Final Mix versions are definitely better than the standard vanilla versions.
Oh, yeah.
Chewie.
A new intel case has spawned.
I'm trying to think of other topics. Anybody got... So, anybody got any juicy topics?
Not off the top of my head.
God. Lovely. So there was a bit of a restriction and that I have to operate under. It's that we have to be streaming for mostly the gameplay and not like for the music, due to the fact that Square is very stingy about these things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know that firsthand. I got my first, the first part of my Final Fantasy VII playthrough back in the day was claimed. Actually, I don't think it was claimed by Square. I think it was claimed by somebody else entirely.
Intel case has been picked up.
Oh, really? Well, that makes no sense.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at it.
I once had one part of my I think I mentioned this to you before, but I had one part of my Metroid Prime 2 playthrough on YouTube, copyright claimed by some random schmo who thought the music, who ended up saying that the music was something from 2007 when the game in question and all of its music came out in 2004.
I had that happen once too. Somebody claimed the music from the Resident Evil remake as being from something that it wasn't from. It was from like some album that was, I don't even remember what it was. I'd have to look at it again to see, but it was just so stupid because it obviously wasn't that. It was the score of the game as composed by the game's composer.
Oh, and also one other aspect of Terra that kind of annoys me is, you see that slide he does as a dodging mechanic? There's a brief bit at the end of this animation where there are no invincibility frames.
That sucks.
So, and Ventus and Aqua's dodge animations have have invincibility frames from beginning to end.
That sounds like it might be a glitch.
Either that, or Terra was not, or this game was not designed with Terra in mind.
Yeah.
Because this guy gets super screwed by the super bosses in this game due to how slow he is. So,
light him up, light him up.
So unless you're really, really good at this game, I would not recommend going after the super bosses as Terra. But then again, I know somebody who is crazy enough to do it. And he has...
A new intel case is
I
available.
don't know. Mason was asking, why does YouTube keep making clips of adult cartoons marking clips of adult cartoons as for kids?
I don't know.
Parent logic. Every 90s parent, the first time they saw an image of South Park. Without knowing the content.
You know, Cartman has a lot of words to say about his various situations that he gets into.
Screw you guys. Damn you, man.
A new intel case has spawned.
And you know, funny enough, I kind of accurately predicted that for the Japanese casting, they'd get Akio Otsuka, who already voices Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and as Xehanort, or when they had to recast him for Kingdom Hearts 3. And I'm just like, why do I feel bad for being right about this? I'd want to equip this.
How do you die and not respawn with a full clip?
That's a question I'd often ask myself of playing in other various games.
That's something you don't ask enough of.
New tech available. An intel case has been claimed.
I swear, this game gets glitchier by the patch. Because the textures are all fucked up now.
A new intel case is available.
Yeah.
You know what's the only pro to Ven's visit to this world? Since it's a lot more spacious, and Since it's a lot more spacious, there is plenty of room for grinding to be had, but the only issue is the goddamn music.
Why you play other music?
Because seriously, this music gets on my nerves. And you're wondering, why am I still here? Or the answer is because it's kind of a necessity when you want to get your skills leveled up. You want to get all the good. You want to get all the good crap. So you got to suffer through this. And and I don't want to quote Ryan in the Brain Scratch playthrough of Mega Man in 3, but he basically said, "And if I have to suffer through recording it, you have to. We have to suffer through. If I have to suffer through playing it, then you have to suffer." Or through watching it with me, to the point where Johnny tried to skip to the point where he would stop grinding, and basically the context was that he ran out of weapon energy for Rush Jet, and Johnny asked, "What happens if you run out?" You could probably guess You could probably guess You could probably guess how well that went.
Yep.
Let's see. Cure plus... So Magic Haste is essentially something that I'm going to need when having a bunch of cures on me. Because, as you can see, the time when commands fill up will eventually... It takes so long that haste, that attack and... that magic and attack haste will be a blessing. And once I get Magnet, these battles will go by a lot faster. Do take my word for it, because Magnet is friggin' broken in this game. Thank God Terra is durable.
Yep.
You know, so... You know, there was one so-called Sonic Final Fantasy game where apparently Soma Cruz somehow ended up giving Sonic the Buster Sword as he escaped from Ace and original character Aeon's lair.
That sounds distressingly familiar.
It's a Final Fantasy Sonic X.
Right. Yeah, that's what it was. I forgot what the name of it was.
Alright, so let's go fight the boss. Since I know neither of you would want to listen to this friggin' music anymore.
I actually can't hear it.
You muted it?
No, well, the thing is, if I didn't mute it, I'd be getting an echo.
echo, cookie.
Yeah, and it would be an echo on my end of all of our voices, in addition to the minor echo that's already coming from one of your ends.
Fran, and is there an echo on your end?
I don't think so.
No, I think that might be coming from you, but that's unfortunately, you know, part of the deal, I guess. Anyways, I gotta be back. I might be back within like about 5-10 minutes. We'll see.
Alright, that's fine. So, Fran, now we gotta fight this thing, which we never fight after this world.
Music conductor.
Fran, you still there?
Yes. I'm here.
I'm guessing he's gone.
Yeah, I'm right here.
And wha-bam.
And the boss is defeated.
What other person is there to save beside... What guess? There was no one else here.
Yeah, outside the 3 people that were here.
I could have so much more lines of dialogue.
I must leave. My bed needs me.
Hey. Rare. Yeah, totally. You gotta believe.
Don't believe hard enough, fish.
Indeed. must know these answers. Yeah, not using that. I ain't doing that. Command. Been bored. There's treasures I need to get around here. Soothing crystal. High potion. Pulsing crystal. Stop. Who's the most reused voice of them all? Why, that would be me, my queen.
Damn, that's an ugly ass mirror.
Indeed. I heard whispering. There is much I would like to question you about. Not the metaphorical one, the literal one.
Oh, jeez.
Sure it is. Okay, I'll totes buy into that bull crap. Oh, God. Is there a treasure chest? No, there is not. Do, 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 do. Okay. So he's out. Come on, fill back up. There we go. Yes. Indeed. Well, at least we don't have to see her again. Neat. Oh. You gotta go beat up some old lady in the mirror. Hey, welcome back. Sorry, Fran ended up leaving the party because his mic was he felt.
I had to go get something to eat.
Yeah, and Fran ended up having to leave.
Oh, that sucks.
So it's just gonna be you and me for now. So we're now in Snow White's world. And
could be worse.
How do you figure? We could still be in Cinderella's world.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Oh, and we also got an air dash.
How wonderful. There's a scheduled downtime for a maintenance patch, and I'm betting that's going to break something else and probably take about an hour to download.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, my dog is just being a dog. And scratching her back against the carpet. You know, I ended up posting on Twitter, or basically saying, like, it's like, so it's like people will, the same people who are against Endeavor in My Hero Academia are like the same kind of people who honestly think that at like oh Bakugo would never be something like that. I'm like, yes he was. Because remember when I told you the first chapter he ended up doing to Deku?
Kind of.
Basically, I said that he told Deku to kill himself if he were to want on a quirk in his next life.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, oh, the Buddha would frown upon that.
Yeah, it's like, that's kind of not how you're supposed to do it.
No, it's not. And unfortunately, there are a ton of fanfics that do actually have Deku go through with that.
I'm very concerned about these people.
I, too, am very concerned. I'm like, you guys really shouldn't. Yet you're going to anyway. Why? As if I could answer that question.
You spent so long figuring out if you could that you never stopped to wonder if you should.
There's a Jeff Goldblum quote.
Yes.
A new intel case is available.
You know, and for the longest time, one voice actress I would have also wanted as Aqua instead of Willa Holland, since she's kind of. Hold on a sec. Anyway, so one actress I would have wanted for Aqua instead of Willa Holland, and was in my mind Caitlin Glass.
That wouldn't be a bad choice.
She'd certainly add a bit more, you know, emotion to the role. Because even in later games, unlike Jason Doring, Willa Holland's Aqua has gotten considerably worse.
That's odd.
Because it's supposed to be the other way around, people. Because I don't know what direction Bob Bichol takes some of these actors in. Or how is it pronounced?
I don't know.
Well, he's been the voice director of the Kingdom Hearts series, I think, since 2.
Sounds like he might need to be fired.
He's also ADR directed the Dissidia of Final Fantasy games English dub.
An intel case has been picked up.
Let's see. Thundara. Thunder.
Xanda!
Okay, I ended up getting a shot lock command instead of what I wanted. Whatever, game. You do you.
Make your selection.
I am not one to judge nor question your life choices. Because sometimes the command melding can give you different commands, as opposed to like the ones that that would normally come from melding. Because normally I would have gotten Thundaga from that meld. And unfortunately, shotlock commands don't have anything generated from equipping a crystal to them, so that ends up becoming completely worthless. And you know, unfortunately, I also have the odd idea of wanting to tackle each of the super bosses as each of the separate characters. Which, unfortunately, since I don't particularly play as anybody, I don't particularly main anybody but Ven in this game, is going to be interesting. Ven is supposed to be like the lightning bruiser of the group.
New tech available.
Terra's the mighty glacier, and Aqua is the fragile mage.
Of course.
They're supposed to be like a trinity, a trio, if you will.
Because any other archetypes for these characters would be hopelessly creative. There we go.
You know, the funny thing is, like, originally, I think I mentioned this to you before, but originally, Horikoshi's plan for Bakugo was to make him this type of character whom, despite him being somewhat polite, I would also often end up saying things that are out of line, but he still tries to apologize for that later. As in, he's a decent guy, but oftentimes says some things he doesn't actually mean.
Now, I can sympathize with that, but that's kind of not what he wasn't he?
That was originally what they were planning on doing, but then Horikoshi went for the idea of the Vegeta archetype, which Bakugo ended up embodying, and it ended up working out for the better. Because I don't think he would have known what to do with the kind of character Bakugo would have been. Anyway, and let me think. And Izuku was, well, going to just be like quirkless and not this guy who happened to be lucky enough to meet All Might. and end up having the traits that he was looking for in a successor. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. How would that have worked?
I don't know.
How do you have a story in a superhero world when the main character doesn't have superpowers and doesn't even have the ability to get superpowers?
Well, that's kind of why he ended up making it so that Izuku did end up gaining a superpower.
Obviously,
or through All Might.
Yeah.
And you know, the weird thing is like... No, I shouldn't spoil. Because there's a lot of cool stuff I would want to tell you, but due to wanting to maintain your interest in the story, I would rather not.
I mean, one of these days I'll pick it up. I just haven't had an opportunity to yet.
You could just download it off on a Kindle app on Amazon.
Yeah, I don't actually have a Kindle.
Yeah, you could just download it on your computer.
Oh yeah, right.
It's an app you can download. That's how I read the Zexal manga. Which, it's
what
like...
What the hell, game?
What happened?
Spawn me with one bullet in the clip again.
So...
Choose your tech.
So basically, it's like, So, you know how there are manga adaptations of, like, anime series, and since Yu-Gi-Oh! Ends up being one of those things...
Yeah, there's a GX manga, a 5Ds manga, a Zexal manga. I think there might be a few others.
Yeah, Arc 5 has a manga too.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Go away, Arc 5. Nobody likes you.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, even Zexal looks a lot more appealing than Arc 5.
Arc 5's animation is just... It's practically Moe garbage.
And the main protagonist might as well have been a girl, all based on his appearance, but no. Oh, no, it has to be a dude. Like, what difference would it have made if it were a chick? Because at the very least, it would have been, you know, different. And it would have been interesting having the protagonist be a girl instead of a guy.
And they introduced a whole bunch of stupid new gimmicks too, didn't they?
Pendulum summoning.
Right, that bullshit.
The thing that that only the protagonist can use and nobody else.
It's not like that was kind of, you know, cool when everybody else could pull stuff like that out. You introduce a technique, and then everybody adapts to it. That's how a good thing goes like that.
Yeah, and then... Yeah, even... And you know, the thing is like... And people once complained about Yuma, just because... as like either his character design was too weird for them, even though there's been weirder, frankly, in my opinion.
The Beyblade characters are pretty fucking weird.
The Kingdom Hearts characters look pretty friggin' weird.
Yeah.
And then there's the Final Fantasy character, or especially when they're designed by Tetsuya Nomura. You know, Nomura is like Masashi Kishimoto. In a lot of regards. Really good at character design, but really bad at telling a story. Because, like, my word. Kingdom Hearts story is kind of garbage.
It's one of those things where the spectacle is more interesting than the actual story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a thing where like the gameplay is much better than the actual story that the gameplay is supposed to revolve around.
An intel case has been captured. New tech available.
And you know who they ended up replacing Rutger Hauer with in the Rebind DLC that came out recently?
Who?
Christopher Lloyd.
Huh.
Great Scott, that's heavy. Had to say it at some point.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time before... You know, I say that, but, you know, Disney's not going to buy Universal anytime soon, because they're running out of money.
Oh, yeah. I can practically taste their bankruptcy. And we just got Magnet. Best spell in the game.
A new intel case is available.
Let me tell you. So...
Oh, come on. I got out before it exploded.
You know, that one person on DeviantArt that had that whole like, what if Funimation dubbed Sonic, what would the voices they'd pick for be? He ended up picking, like, trying to think. And ended up doing, like, a voice cat as for Kingdom Hearts if they were doing, like, anime voice casting, and Sora would have been, and according to that person, and they would say Sora would be voiced by Bosch. Because when in doubt, get Bosch to do it.
You know, that's not a bad choice, I say, but it's...
Thing is, Haley Joel Osment has, like, that voice that is easily recognizable and has become quite distinct. Oh, and he also voices a character in this game as well. And let's just say he does a pretty good villain voice. Sounds very creepy. And I really like it.
An intel case has been claimed.
Because it's like, there's a lot of good things about this game series' English dub, but there's a lot of bad things about it, too. Like, wow. Quentin Flynn as Axel or Lee. Yeah, he is definitely a highlight. Like, he gets a lot of requests just to say the words "got it memorized" because that's been Axel's catchphrase in Kingdom Hearts 2. And, let me think. Then there's Paul St. Peter as Xehanort, or not Xehanort, Xemnas. Want to know something interesting about the casting on that one?
Sure.
Originally, they were going to go for the guy who voiced Vicious in Cowboy Bebop's English dub, since Norio Wakamoto voiced Vicious is in the Japanese version, but they didn't know that it was Skip Stelrecht who voiced Vicious. So they ended up getting Paul St. Peter, who is in Cowboy Bebop, but does various voices.
Oh yeah, apparently John St. John doesn't like Gearbox that much.
I can imagine.
Because they've been sitting on the Duke Nukem license for, almost 10 years now. Oh yeah, and they kind of also massively botched Duke Nukem Forever. Because, like, say what you will. Say whatever the hell you want about what 3D Realms did for that game. They took too long and all that shit, but above all else, 3D Realms didn't release the game.
Right.
Gearbox did.
An intel case has been
Gearbox released that game, and they were the ones who fucked up the quality control on it. They basically just shat it out without any kind of second thoughts, any kind of run through to make sure that the game was functional. What's going on here?
Game gives me another... Not a command I'd use, but I do need magic haste. See, now, here's the thing about this game. When you meld commands with crystals, you get various abilities that go along with them. You want these abilities so that you'll have a better experience in this game, and so you'll get at certain bonuses and whatnot. And magic haste is certainly helpful when it comes to wanting to reload your cure spells. Let's see. Magnet and... Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me. I didn't even make another magnet. So, in essence... I know. So, in essence, it's like... I get a whole bunch of commands, but unless you attach abilities to those commands, you're just basically leveling up stuff that you can just buy from a shop. Because after you acquire these commands, you could just literally buy them at a store, at the Moogle shop. It isn't like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 where these would be the kind of abilities you'd earn through leveling up. Because the only thing you gain through leveling up in this game is just as boosting your strength, in magic, or defense. You only gain abilities through the means of upping your through command melding. In retrospect, it does sound kind of dumb, if I'm being honest. Especially after playing through the mainline Kingdom Hearts games. And you want to know something interesting? So, there were two teams that handled the Kingdom Hearts franchise. The main games were handled by Square's main team in Tokyo, whereas the games like this were handled by Team Osaka.
Okay.
And let's just say that more people, that the Team Osaka games aren't, in retrospect, don't end up as well received as like the game, as the Tokyo team games. Unfortunately, the Tokyo team did not make Kingdom Hearts 3. It was Team Osaka.
Oh, of course. You know, I can see leaving unimportant stuff to the B team, like if it's not a mainline series entry. But giving a main series entry to the B team who nobody really likes seems kind of odd, if you ask me.
Well, don't forget that, well, Disney did end up leaving Lion King to the B team, and the A team made Pocahontas.
Huh.
Guess which one was more well received?
I mean, I like both of them, but yeah, I know which one was more well-received.
The one that didn't have the mimetic scream, Native American screaming. Because seriously, that is the one meme that's kept Pocahontas alive in the minds of many. And I don't feel like mimicking it for anybody.
That's the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, but the scream I'm talking about is the one that goes, "Ow!"
I have never heard of that. That is a new one to me.
Go look it up sometime. Go look up Kokum screaming on YouTube. I'm telling you, it's hilarious. Let's see, soothing.
A new intel case is available.
You know, it's like...
Make your selection.
One thing a lot of people complain about, especially with, like, late-game Kingdom Hearts stuff is, I know, I'll be up in a few. I'm gonna have to wrap up this stream, so I gotta take on the boss and then... Alright. Any grinding I'll have to do off screen. Well, I'm sorry. Hey, you didn't really clarify to this Nimrod. You wanted her beating heart, not her metaphorical heart.
And I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
By the way, did you know that...
No, I won't do that.
By the way, there's a change in the English version from the Japanese version, or in this part of the game. The evil queen ends up making the mirror do what she wants through the darkness of her anger in the Japanese version, but they changed it to her throwing a potion at it.
That's kind of retarded.
It is. And unfortunately, the English version was used for the Japanese PS3, PS4 version.
I suspect they must not have been very happy about that.
And unfortunately, most Final Mix versions have the English audio as opposed to the Japanese version. And for the mainline series, for some reason. So the voice actor...
I got it before you did. Fuck you. I was on the other side of the hill. You couldn't see me. I just saw this guy coming down the hill at me. Right as I unlocked the
safe. By the way, this boss we have to fight in 2 separate campaigns. We have to fight him once as Terra, and then fight him again as Aqua. And we're done.
That was quick.
Yeah, that's what happens when you over-level in the early worlds.
An intel case has been picked up.
Simple, I beat it with a magic stick.
Oh, come on. Well, you know, I was doing good in that, or at least I was for the most part. And my team let me down. That's fantastic, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Yep. Why do you expect the mirror to give clear and concise answers? It takes someone with a galaxy-level brain, according to Terra, to understand what the fuck that mirror is saying. So next time when we come back to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, we will be going to meet up with Master Yen Sid, who is also voiced by Corey Burton. In the mysterious tower. First, let me save. Alright. Well, I'll talk to you later, bud.
Talk to you later, man. See ya.
Night.
Night.